Okay, boys, third day trying to learn how to tune. I think I'm going to start the video here because the past 3 days of just me trying stuff that hasn't really worked out the best. I get it to idle, and then it doesn't rev. I get it to rev, and then once the car warms up, it's way too lean. So I'm actually going to put a link probably in the comments to the guy that I've been watching who screen grabs all this and walks you through it. He's been the best so far at explaining how this AEM system works. So here's just a real quick breakdown of what you need to do. You need to download, AEM tuners, right click on it, go to run as administrator, and that's how you open it. Okay, don't just double click on it. It took me like an hour to figure that out. And then you're gonna go down here to series 2, it's the second one. It comes with a couple maps. First thing you need to do though, once you open this, like if you're doing this for your 3000 GT, start with the 3000 GT, and then you're gonna come up to this wizard up here, setup wizard, do that immediately. Because this is one of the biggest problems I was having the first couple of days, is that none of my sensors were set up. So you're going to go and you're going to change your coils to Mitsubishi. If your coils are the same, if you change them, pick. It gives you all the options pretty much in the world. Go down to injectors. Your injector should be on here. The DOHC is not on here. So if you get like a Bosch or any other pretty much injector, it's going to be on here. And then you just pick your injectors and the size. And then go down to, air temp, pick which air temp you're using, AEM or the stock one. Go to your cam / crank position, 3000 GT still on mine. Coolant temp is still the 3000 GT. We don't have exhaust temp. Fuel pressure, we don't have that. Then I got the AEM, 3.5 bar. If you have your mass airflow, you can click that. That was something that we were messing up why we thought it wouldn't work with the mass airflow. It will work with the mass airflow, I'm pretty sure about it. Then go down to your O2, click which O2, wideband you got. I got the AEM digital, gives you a part number 2, and then the rest is just self-explanatory. You can set it up, speed sensors, everything else would be 3000 GT. Oil pressure, speed sensor, all that stuff. You'll do that. And then you pretty much want to come over here and get all your breakpoints right. This is another spot that I screwed up. I had everything set and I was just trying to start it because I figured it'd be a base map. This is just going to be a quick walkthrough. I'll link down to the guy that's been helping me out. You're going to change pretty much all of these so that it's a nice slanting slope. A couple times I tried different maps. I could get it to idle right, but as soon as I touched the throttle, it died on its face. I could get it to rev, but it wouldn't idle right. I figured AEM already had all this stuff programmed where it needed to be. But you need to change your RPMs. It comes programmed at 11,000 RPMs. So you need to turn that down to 9,000. It also comes programmed set at 1,300 RPMs for your red line. And then that was another thing that I noticed. Anytime I let off the gas, when the throttle comes back down, it goes below idle for a second. You know what I mean? If you stab the throttle, it revs up and then it drops back down to 500 and then slowly comes back up to, idle. I got it programmed to 250. To lowest RPM range, breakpoint is 250 RPMs. If you don't have it low, the computer has no idea what's going on when it goes back down. But as I let off the throttle, it came back down and would pretty much almost stall. And it was because the computer was set at 1300, so anything below 1300 RPMs, it has no idea what's going on. The computer freaks out, and I think it just dumps all the fuel in it and cuts timing to be safe. And then here's your load breakpoints. This was all like a zigzag pattern. You just want this to be a nice sloping thing. I'm not doing a very good job explaining this. I just showing you guys my learning curve. Like I said, I will link all his videos down there because he's been a major help so far. He at least makes it to a point where I can understand it. And then this is something that no one talks about. If your fuel injectors aren't on that list, so you'll go to setup wizard, right? Like I talked about earlier, you'll go to injector primary, and you have this whole list to choose from. You can choose from stock ones. You can choose literally every injector in the world, except for DOHC. I don't know what the deal is. I've looked into it. Everyone just says, yeah, DOHC isn't on the AEM. I don't know if for some reason they don't get along. Maybe they try to do business and someone got their throat cut or something like that. DOHC is nowhere in any AEM software anywhere. So you got to go to change injector flow and pressure. And then that's when you can change it to the old one. Since you click the 3000 GT, it'll default back to 370cc. So you'll click in 370cc as your old. New, mine's 800, so I clicked in 800. I'm not going to do that because it's going to restart all this if I do it. But I'm explaining it, and then they're both 3 bar, so I just left it there. And then you can go over to your idle. I was just following the guy. He said, just start it at 1200, and then you can adjust it from there. Just get the car to idle at 1200, and then we can go in and start turning it down and sloping this up. But I'm going to load this map up and see where I'm at. If you make your map when it's not connected, you come up and you do upload calibration. Alright, here's another thing too. For some reason it defaults the throttle at 5%. So the computer thinks the throttle is already at 5%. I'm not touching the throttle. So you gotta come back up here to the wizard once you hook up. Set throttle range with your foot off the throttle. Set that as the minimum. See, it immediately drops down to 1. And then foot all the way to the floor. Set that as the maximum. It should drop down to 98. 98. So you want the computer to think that you're putting 1% throttle when you're not touching it. And then when it says to the floor, it's 98%. You gotta set that. 13.9. 12. Yeah, that's good. So sweet. Like I said, I'm gonna link all his information down in the comments, his channel and everything. I have no idea who this guy is. The last video he put out was 6 years ago, and the guy has saved my life. Like, I want to give him money. Like, him breaking this down step by step, he has put out the best videos. He walks you through everything you need to click. It teaches you all the shortcuts and everything, because AEM has all its own shortcuts. You'll do like Control S and it'll set stuff, and Control H will make everything equal. So I need this to warm up, and then we're going to adjust the fuel map after it's warmed up. Right now it's set to 1200, it's idling at 1200. This is great. This is the best it's been. From what I can tell from watching this guy's videos, you want to do everything with the engine completely warm and operating temperature, and then once you have all that set as your base, then you can go back and adjust your startup and all this other stuff. If you try to start at startup, you'll never figure out where you need to be when it's warm. You'll be chasing your tail the whole time. Alright, well, I'm actually gonna keep watching his videos and have him walk me through what to do now that this thing's warmed up. And I'll bring you back and explain what I did. I just watched his third and fourth video about idle and ignition. So you guys set your timing, unlock your CAS, so you can move it to 15. And you can also come over here to this wizard and lock timing, ignition timing. Yeah, you can hit lock. You'll hit it lock at 15. You see how it says 15? You'll hit lock. Then you'll set your CAS to 15, just as a base. So the computer's 15, the engine's 15. And then you'll come, and then this is your idle. So we started this. If you just go back and watch his videos, I swear to God, it's so nice. He just walks you step by step. We started everything at flat 1200 RPM, just to keep it alive while we adjusted fuel maps and stuff like that. And then we slowly start bringing it all down. While your car's running, you have to do all this while your car's running. My car's off so I can talk to you. You'll come over here, and this actually adjusts your car idle. This right here will control your throttle without you being in the car. So if you scan these over here, and then hit S, it'll let you type in something. You can type in like 900, and then come over to 900 right here, and you'll do plus and minus, move this up or down until your engine's actually at 900. And then you'll save that, and then you'll go 1000, then 1100, 1500, 1600, 1700, and you'll just keep getting, that's how you'll get this slope. Because when I first got this was all over the place. So that's why every time I touched the throttle, there for a little bit, it just fell on its face and died. I had no idea what it was supposed to do. She's all warmed up. AFR is just sitting right at 14.6, 14.7. Whatever operating temperature is on this thing, wherever it's happy at, it says 178. Keeps jumping back and forth from 178 to 180. It's probably good. It's probably not going to go much higher than that, just idling. So I need to make that my base, make that a flat point, like right here. You see, this is how much fuel it gives on warm up. It's 50 degrees. It'll give 27% more fuel. If it's 80 degrees outside, well, 80 degrees coolant, when you go to start the car, it'll give 22% more fuel. So I need to probably try to start turning all this down a little bit. And then right here needs to be where I need to be at 0. So it's not giving any more fuel than what my map says to give. This car is running all right. I just have to pretty much go in and change all these fuel cells one at a time, because it needs more fuel here, it's gonna need some less fuel here. I pretty much gotta drive it, or have like Adrian drive it while I sit here and tune it, so if it blows up, it's not on him. I don't know, that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. I'm waiting for Adrian to come. Gonna give her there? Alright, try to just hold it.
Like 2500?
Sure. give her a little. Now she's rich. Then she goes lean for a second. Hit it again.
Yeah, actually, well, there it went a little bit at the very end, but not as bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we kind of need a dyno. It seems a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like it helped correct some of the stupid issues we had.
Yeah, I think maybe up here I'm a little too high because it got rich right in this area probably. It's gonna all probably come down. Okay, give it a little. Right here is getting rich again. Oh, it's because this one cell is 2.9. I'm liking this. Hit it. Gets super rich down here now. I just moved this too much. Okay, stab it. Stab it again. Is it still getting? Do it again. Yeah, all through here is way too rich.
It doesn't do the lean no more when we stab it, like it was doing before. It actually goes rich now when I stab it.
These should probably be 2.5. These should probably be. Let's try 2.7. Still got. It's in 13s though. We're going the right direction. So I think the 2.4 there is probably good. We'll turn this down to like 2.5 and see what it does. 2.6. Hit it. 12, 13, and then I got super lean for about 3 seconds.
It only goes lean when we go below 1,000 RPMs. On its come down, the second it hits 1,000 RPMs and goes down a little bit, it goes lean. And then it comes back up to 900 and settles.
I'm trying to do the whole tap at the same time, but it's not going to happen because we already started with the slide. Give it a stab.
That's three grand right there. Looks good at $3,000 on here.
Yeah. See this big drop right there though? You gotta fix that big chunk. That's where it goes lean at, like right in that area. You see how it's a point? Yeah, so it jumps from 3.2 to 3.5. So these probably all need to go up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Look at the cells.
Oh, but see then, this all needs to be smoother. So the map needs to kind of go like this. So these all need to go back down. Stab it. Okay, stab it. There we go. Still got a little ridge. It's getting rich up through here still. Stab it. So we're getting closer to how a map should look. Alright, I think I'm pretty close to this map. It's kind of needs cleaned up a little bit. There's like a couple oddballs in here. I don't know how much you guys can see in this line. I don't know what the fuck that is. Why is that all honky? Alright boys, I kind of just let this thing cool down for the past 2 hours. Just want to see how much fuel this puts in. I got this all turned up. It should start safely this time. I had that turned all the way down so it wasn't messing with me while I was tuning this, and I forgot. And when I let it cool down earlier, it leaned way out because it didn't add any fuel on startup. Let's just select all these. In case it goes lean out, I can just add fuel real quick. See, now on startup, it's at 12, 13, 14. Okay. These plugs are done, man. I gotta change these plugs out. Plugs are so fouled. So I will hopefully bring you back once I got a fuel map made, and we should be heading to the dyno after that. I still have O2 correction turned off too, so I'm doing all this without the computer trying to help me. Because if I can get it close, from what I've been able to understand, if I can get this fuel map everywhere to be, you know, between 13 and 15, I can turn on the O2 feedback right here. This is where the O2 sensor, the wideband feedback, will tell the computer where I'm at, and it'll make... Okay boys, I've pretty much done as much as I can without a dyno. I don't feel safe or comfortable driving this thing and trying to tune. It's just, everything happens so fast. You kind of need it to be on a dyno so you can just sit here and go through every gear. I can't tune the fuel map without driving the car, if that makes sense. Like, I have to be able to tune under load, I have to be able to tune under full throttle, I have to be able to tune under all these other settings that I just don't feel comfortable doing on the road. So I got it to where it starts, idles, and can rev. I'm gonna just have it flatbedded to a dyno shop to race mod and have them finish it up from here. I was trying to do the whole thing myself. It's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna do the plugs real quick. So they start with fresh plugs, and I'm just gonna have a flatbed come pick it up. I tried my best. Gotta admit failure, right? I don't want to sit here and drive it up the street and try to tune this. You need a dyno pretty much to tune. Like, you gotta use it. So this is running fine. It is what it is. Like I said, I can't really get like under load stuff figured out without it being on dyno, so at least it's not going lean. That's all I care about. So I got a flatbed coming. I could probably drive it there. It's only about 2 miles away from me. Alright boys, there she goes. Going to the dyno shop. I was really hoping to be able to do everything, but I can't. You gotta admit defeat, right? There's no way I can make a field map without putting it under different loads and different conditions, and way too much for me to do in my garage. Alright boys, the car is gone. I've just been cleaning the shop. Started cleaning up this engine bay. It was just covered in dirt and grease. Just went around, degreased everything pretty much. It's actually Sunday right now, so I'll be at the dyno shop tomorrow, which will be Monday when you're seeing this video. I think they're gonna have it until about Wednesday, they said. So I might actually put the radiator in this. For those of you that don't know, there's a little pinhole in this radiator somewhere. Every now and then there's a couple drops. I got a coil rad over there. I probably won't film any of that. I kind of missed the bandwagon on the FD. I've had 2 FDs for 5 years, and I didn't really record with any of them. Now it seems like every YouTuber has an FD. I'll probably just throw this radiator in, and next video will be at the dyno. I am for real about the AEM. If you guys want to know how to tune with AEM, I'm gonna put the links of the 2 YouTubers that I watched. The first one I talked about hasn't put out a video for like 6 years, and he was great. He explains every single thing and how it works and what it does and exactly why you need to do it, and it just helps you make sense of why you're doing something. And then the other guys, he's actually doing it on his car. The only thing that sucks about it is that each one of those videos are like an hour and a half a piece, and I think each one of them have 11 of them. It's not a fast learning process. I will see you guys in the next video, and it should be me at the dyno. I mean, unless a bunch of you guys want to see me do the radiator on this, let me know. I'll record me doing that. If not, I'm just gonna throw a radiator in this and get it out for spring.